Becoming a millionaire is one of the most common dreams in America. Even if you don't really care about making tons of money, there's something about that magic number, $1 million, that carries intense appeal. $1 million in the bank would give you a level of freedom that you've likely never experienced. It would mean being able to buy almost anything that you want and never having to worry about money again. It would also mean that you could live your life on your own terms and have the freedom to chase your passions. However, even though almost everyone wants to be a millionaire, there are only about 20 million millionaires in the United States, which is just 3% of the population. Obviously, becoming a millionaire is much harder than it looks. It requires a lot of hard work as well as a little bit of luck. Well, today, I'm here to help you out with the second part. Your luck is going to change because I'm going to share a secret way that you can get over 2 million, completely free. I'll take responsibility for changing your luck, which means that all you need to worry about is working hard. If you can handle the work ethic, you'll end up being a millionaire twice over. Let's jump into my secret on how you can earn over 2 million bucks. But first, I'm offering you a deal. If you simply click the like button on this video, then I'll up the ante to $2,093,481.20. That's right, you can earn an extra $93,481.20 just by liking this video. Do we have a deal? Okay, I'm going to assume you hit that like button. Now, it's secret sharing time. The secret to becoming a millionaire is actually so simple that you might think it's some kind of a trick. If you want to earn $2 million completely free, then all you need to do is save $100 a week for 40 years straight. If you start in your 20s, then you'll be coasting into retirement with an extra $2 million to fund your golden years. Before you start stressing out about how much money $100 per week is, remember that I never told you that this strategy would be easy. It will definitely require discipline and self-control. But, on the other hand, $100 is such a realistic amount to save each week. Even if your current bills has your budget stretched a little bit tight, there are plenty of side hustles that you can start that will bring in an extra $100 a week. It's just a matter of how badly you really want to be a millionaire. Now, some of you mathematicians in the audience might be a little ahead of me. If you're quick with numbers, then you've probably already noticed that saving $100 per week for 40 years will only make you $208,000. Still a good chunk of money, but definitely a far cry from 2 million. I'll admit that I'm actually not very good with numbers myself, but in this case, I'm certain that I did not make a mistake. You see, there's a critical piece of information that I haven't given you yet, because you're right. If you were just to save $100 and put it under your mattress each week, then it would only amount to $208,000, even after 40 years. This is because saving is a linear process, which means that the money in your saving account only increases when you add to it. If you save the same amount each week, then your savings account balance would grow like this. While this is a start, it would take you way too long to save your way to millions. To be precise, if you saved $100 per week, it would actually take you about 10,000 weeks, or 192 years to reach $1 million. Unless modern medical technology goes through some major breakthrough that allows you to live this long, saving money just isn't going to cut it. This is why, instead of saving your money, you need to invest it. Investing your money will allow your savings to earn interest and compound on its own. By doing this, the balance in your account will grow exponentially, which will look like this. The more money that you have in your account, the bigger it will grow and the more money that you will make. If you're not familiar with investing, let me describe exactly what it means. Investing is the process of spending money in the hopes that you will achieve a profit. There are plenty of ways that you can invest money, so let me give you 3 examples of what investing money looks like. Example 1, you save up $10,000 and use it to buy 100 pairs of shoes for $100 each. Since these shoes are in a limited supply and incredibly popular, you plan to resell each pair for $150. If you're successful, you will make $15,000 total. You invested $10,000 and made $5,000 in total profit. Example 2, you save up $10,000 and use it to put a down payment on a rental property. You buy the property and successfully rent it out to a tenant. After you pay the mortgage on the property each month, you're left with $200 left over in profit. You have successfully invested $10,000 and turned it into an income stream that nets you $200 in income each month. Example 3, you spend $10,000 to buy shares of stock in Apple. After 1 year, the price of this stock has increased by 20%. The shares that you own are now worth $12,000. You have successfully turned $10,000 into $12,000 by buying shares of stock that have gone up in value. Now, the investing strategy that you're going to use is number 3. This is what will allow you to earn over $2 million for free. I'm actually going to share the physical steps with you as well, but before I do, I just want to ask that you tap that subscribe button below if you've enjoyed what you've watched so far. Once you subscribe, be sure to hit the bell notification, which will alert you whenever I post a new video. All done? Okay, cool. Now, let me give you some specifics on how to earn your millions. As we established earlier, simply saving $100 each week for 40 years, while it's a great start, is still only going to get you to $208,000. Instead of putting this money in your sock drawer, you're going to invest it in the stock market. The stock market is generally considered the safest and most reliable place to invest your money, and the average yearly return of the stock market is about 10% per year. This means that $100 invested in the stock market will turn into $110 by next year without you needing to add any more money to it. Of course, this 10% return is far from guaranteed. 10% per year is the historical average return. This means that some years will return much lower than 10%, while other years will return much higher. However, if you keep your money invested long enough, then your yearly return should average out to about 10%. This is a good time to point out that there are never any guarantees when you're investing your money. There's always a risk that you'll lose money. For example, let's go back to our original investing examples. In example 1, there's a chance that you would not have been able to resell the shoes. This would have left you with tons of pairs of the same shoe and $10,000 poorer. In example 2, there's a chance that you wouldn't be able to find a good tenant. This would mean that you are responsible for paying the mortgage payments each month. Not only would you be out $10,000 for the down payment, but you'd also have to pay the mortgage each month, which would cost you more money. In example 3, Apple stock could have easily decreased in value. This would mean that the shares that you paid $10,000 for are now worth way less. With that said, there are plenty of ways to reduce your risk. Let me explain one of the most common. Stock picking is incredibly difficult, time-consuming, and not the best method for building wealth. Due to this, you're not going to buy one stock. You're going to buy all of them. This is done by buying shares of something called an index fund or exchange-traded fund. Index funds are funds that track the returns of many different stocks. By buying a share of an index fund, you are essentially buying a small piece of stock in lots of different companies. This is the investing equivalent to ordering the sampler platter instead of choosing just one appetizer. By getting the sample platter, you'll get a small portion of all the appetizers. There are plenty of index funds that you can buy, but the most popular are the SPDR S&P 500 ETF Trust, which uses the ticker $SPY. By buying shares of this index fund, you will own all of the stocks that are part of the S&P 500. Over the long term, shares of this fund should grow in value by about 10% each year. This is where the magic happens. Your $2 million and change will be accrued over the course of the 40 years through the appreciation of these shares of stock. As we know, you will only save and invest $208,000 total. But by the time you retire, your shares of stock will have grown in value by $2,093,481.20. This is money that you've earned without any extra work on your end. You've successfully saved and invested $208,000 and turned it into $2,093,481.20. How's that for free money? I certainly hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you found this video valuable, please be sure to follow the very first link in the video description below and subscribe to my newsletter. By subscribing, you'll receive my most valuable tips for investing, any potential stock picks that I come across, and more informative content similar to what you've just watched. Most importantly, I don't believe in sending automated emails or spamming my subscribers. Instead, you can trust that each email that I send will be filled to the brim with valuable information that's sure to make you a better investor. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.